History is filled with battles that changed the course of empires, but few were as swift, brutal, and consequential as the Battle of Karnal. In 1739, two of the world's most powerful empires clashed: the declining, but still colossal Mughal Empire of India and the ascendant Persian Empire led by the military genius, Nader Shah. What happened next was less of a battle and more of a demolition. Nader Shah, often called the Second Alexander, had a story worthy of legend. He rose from a humble background to become the Shah of Persia, carving out an empire through sheer military brilliance and ruthlessness. By the late 1730s, his gaze turned eastward toward the unimaginable wealth of the Mughal Empire. The Mughals, under Emperor Muhammad Shah, were a shadow of their former glory. Nader Shah's invasion was a masterclass in speed and strategy. He swept through the Hindu Kush mountains, capturing key cities like Ghazni, Kabul, and Lahore with shocking ease. The Mughal court in Delhi, paralyzed by indecision and courtly intrigue, finally scrambled to assemble an army. They were confident in their numbers. The Mughal force was gigantic, possibly over 300,000 strong, including camp followers. Nader Shah's army was much smaller, perhaps around 55,000 elite, battle-hardened veterans. But size, as Nader Shah was about to prove, isn't everything. The two armies met near the town of Karnal, about 120 kilometers north of Delhi. The Mughal Emperor Muhammad Shah was there in person, surrounded by his most powerful nobles. They set up a sprawling, fortified camp, confident they could starve out the smaller Persian force or crush it with a massive frontal assault. They underestimated their opponent. Nader Shah wasn't interested in a long siege. He wanted a quick, decisive victory. The catalyst for the battle came unexpectedly. A Persian raiding party clashed with a large Mughal contingent led by Sadat Khan, one of the emperor's top generals. Sadat Khan, eager for glory, charged forward without waiting for reinforcements. This was the opening Nader Shah had been waiting for. He didn't just support his raiders. He unleashed his main force in a series of calculated, devastating cavalry charges. What unfolded was pure chaos for the Mughals. The Persian cavalry, armed with superior firearms known as jazayirs, repeatedly charged, fired a volley, and retreated to reload, a tactic the unwieldy Mughal army had no answer for. Their heavy cavalry and war elephants, once the pride of India, proved ineffective. The elephants, terrified by the noise and firepower, often turned and stampeded back through their own lines, causing even more confusion and carnage. In less than 3 hours, the battle was over. The mighty Mughal army wasn't just defeated, it was annihilated. Key commanders were captured or killed. The morale of the remaining forces completely shattered. Estimates suggest tens of thousands of Mughal soldiers perished, while Persian losses were minimal. Emperor Muhammad Shah was left with no choice but to surrender. Nader Shah then marched into Delhi unopposed. What followed was the infamous sacking of the city. For weeks, the Persian army plundered Delhi's immense treasures. The loot was so vast that it included the legendary peacock throne and the Karnal diamond. Nader Shah eventually returned to Persia, leaving the Mughal Empire utterly broken, both financially and psychologically. The Battle of Karnal exposed the fatal weakness of the Mughals and accelerated their decline, paving the way for regional powers and eventually European colonialists to fill the power vacuum. It was a brutal, bloody affair that in just a few hours redrew the map of power in 18th century Asia. Thanks for watching. If you found this piece of history fascinating, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most epic battles. See you next time.